Here comes everybody. Everybody. We're doing a show, everybody. Oh, why is the magnetic thing on? Turn that off. There you go. Stupid audition.
Off already.
Jeez Louises. All right, here we go. It starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hey folks, I'm at Walmart. Anybody need anything? Let me know. I'll put it in my shopping cart and I'll bring it home.
Huh? What? Oh. Okay.
I think my earbuds touched your Frankfurter. This is the morning stream.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to TMS. It is January 15th, 2019. 2020. I did it, Brian. I said 2019.
There it is. Who had January 15th, everybody? Who had?
I had such a good record going.
You did. I know. Holy
Frick.
cow.
What the hell is wrong with me? Good morning and hello, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday. Indeed, finally, hump day. Brian and Scott here doing our business. Hoping you're having a great morning, productive one. If you're at work, go talk to Janice in accounting and get that worked out.
That's right. Time to visit the break room for the fourth time this morning.
Yep, bagels in the break room, everybody. Get them while they're hot. Right. That actually brings me a question. I have a question for you. Are you ready for this?
All right. Yeah, I'm ready.
We've never discussed bagels at any length on the show before.
No,
right?
We really haven't. That might be the first time the word has even been introduced into the program after nearly 2,000 episodes.
I think that's right. So here's my question for you. Of the choices of bagels that you can have at let's say at a Einstein Brothers or somewhere like that.
Yes, sure.
Where do you land? Which one? Like if they're all laid about in front of you and you've got your schmears and you've got your bagels, what's your go-to? What do you grab first before Bill and
my go-to typically is the Asiago cheese, which has the nice little hard crust of Asiago cheese on top of it.
Oh, the outer, okay. I know which one you mean.
A little outer shell of Asiago cheese.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of like the onion bagel or the sesame bagel or the, here's what I don't like about the onion bagel, is the fact that, all right, so they've got these really cool caramelized slivered onions that they cook up and then they put in the dough and then they make the bagel. Then you're sitting there, enjoying a nice little, you get your bagel cut in half and you're spreading some schmear on there and you're eating it. And then you once you're done, you look at your hand and all these little caramelized marks are left on your hand from that damn onion bagel.
Yep. And it's basically, at the end of the day, it's basically fruit cake with but with onions. It's onion fruit cake.
Onion cake.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean,
kind of. You know what I mean?
I mean, is it? Could you describe, a carrot cake as a fruit cake with carrot shards in it?
I mean, I guess so. Except if you're getting like full, okay, that's another issue. If
you don't like vegetables or fruits cooked into your breads, is what you're saying.
Yes, and when I have a good carrot, I do like a carrot cake, but I don't like the kind where they leave big shavings in it of a carrot. That's a nightmare. That's bad. That's like too much pulp in your orange juice.
Don't remind me that I'm eating a vegetable.
Yeah. Right.
I don't need any sort of reminder.
How do you feel about a everything bagel? You heard of that? It's like it's just.
I haven't. I'm not a fan.
Okay.
It's not.
It's too much.
It's too much. Okay, some of those things go really well together, but again, I'm stuck now with sesame seeds stuck to my hand. I'm stuck with onions stuck to my hand. I don't know why I'm bothered by that, right? It's like if I'm eating a really frosting covered piece of chocolate cake, guess what? I want it on a plate because I'm not going to sit there and hold that gooey piece of frosting covered cake in my hand.
It's a good point.
And get it all smeared over. So why would I want that with a bagel?
No, you're totally right. You're totally right.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because they can put all those flavors mashed up into a ring of dough doesn't mean they should.
That's
right.
Right. Now, for whatever reason, I have no problem with big slimy sauce covered buffalo wings all over my fingers and I won't complain about that. I don't, maybe it's because it's maybe it's because I like to start the day hands clean.
Mm.
Maybe that's it. It's like it's a breakfast thing. Maybe at night I don't mind having a big old caramelized onion bagel, leaving this little onion trails, snail trails all over my hand. But
Interesting, and it is. I mean, bagels are thought of to be as a a bit of a breakfast thing, right? Like that's how I think of them.
yeah. I don't think of. I mean, yeah, sure, you can pop out a bagel at lunch and put a couple of slices of meat and some cheese and lettuce and tomato between them, but generally bagels are thought of as a breakfast thing.
Well, here's how boring I am.
All right, what do you like? You like the plain bagel with plain cream cheese?
No, that's boring. That's too boring.
Okay.
I like a plain bagel though, but I like it toasted, and I like it freshly toasted. So the minute you take that just starting to yellow, crustied up thing, you take it out of the toaster oven there, and then you put the blueberry schmear on there.
Oh, the blueberry, sure.
Oh,
sure.
now that's my good time right there happening.
So would you rather have a plain bagel with a sweet cream cheese, or a sweet bagel with an unflavored cream cheese?
The former, not the latter.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah. All right.
I like to be able to augment the plain with whatever I'm augmenting it with.
I have the same problem with like a raisin bagel. I love them, but they leave little raisin marks all over your hand.
Yeah.
I guess it's weird. That is a weird thing, but if we're talking about just primal level, what bothers Brian? It's food that leaves marks on your hands when you eat it.
I like it.
I'm not gonna wear a glove, diced tomato. Wear a glove to eat a bagel. I've got my thank you, Panera Bread. Let me put on my bagel glove. And I'll enjoy this delectable treat you've provided for me.
You should wear like those lunch lady gloves, the little blue ones. The little short blue ones.
I've got black ones because of the resin printer.
Oh, that's cool. Even that would be cool. So I want to watch Brian eat with those on.
Maybe I'll do that. I'll go to Panera and say, yeah, can I get? Let me get a raisin bagel, plain cream cheese, toasted, da 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 da.
Yeah.
And then when they hand it to me, I'll
see, yeah, just go. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
There's a big tip in this for you. I'll see you later.
Somebody needs to be able to film it so that it doesn't look like I'm just pulling a YouTube stunt.
Yeah, looks like you're just
which I basically am.
A little bit of Jake Paul coming out of you there at the local Shoney's or whatever. I do like a good. Go ahead.
Yeah, I do love bagels though. What's my sweet go-to? Oh well, Panera has a French toast bagel that's really good. I can't really do those as much anymore.
That sounds good.
I mean the whole bread thing, the whole. Oprah Winfrey may love bread, as she likes to exclaim at the beginning of her Weight Watchers commercials. And yes, you can eat bread with your Weight Watchers deal.
Sure.
You just have to kind of curb it.
Yeah.
Curb it.
Yeah. For me, if you said to me, "Hey Scott, how would you like a roast beef and Swiss on a bagel?" That sounds amazing to me right now.
It does. Yeah. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
I defy you to find a hamburger, a cheeseburger on a bagel instead of a regular bun.
Right.
I'm trying to find. I can't think of a food that's usually served on a roll or on a sandwich on just sliced bread that wouldn't also sound good on a bagel. Pulled pork on a bagel. Psh, bring it on.
Oh my gosh.
Sliced pickles on there? You bet.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
In fact, my only problem with bagels is they usually aren't big enough. That's it.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes they're small and trivial, and I want a big old ass bagel for my big sandwich.
There's a lot of hangover with with the bagel sandwich.
Speaking of Oprah Winfrey.
Who's Johnny?
It does sound like that song. It's her best theme music since she ever started doing a talk show, though, but she quit using it years ago.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I got a dog problem. I'd like to put it out into the ether here. See if people help me.
I like hearing about the dog problem.
Yeah, it's a bit of a dog problem. So I have two dogs. Well, one's next, but whatever. We have two dogs, Jim Raynor, the female dog, and Boomer. And Boomer is also a girl, and she is a good dog, but also super simple. Like, she doesn't need anything special. She doesn't have any weird quirks. She just comes out of her kennel, put her outside, she pees, come back in, eats her food, goes out immediately, takes a dump, comes back in the house, and is just a happy dog the rest of the day.
Yeah. Does all the dog things.
Does all the right dog things.
Sure.
And Raynor, on the other hand, she's a bit of a freak. She's kind of a neurotic fool, and I love her. But man, some mornings.
Yeah.
So, here's her routine. I let her out of her kennel after Boomer. Boomer comes in and eats. I let Rainer out. Rainer goes, stretches like 3 or 4 big long stretches, and then she comes up to the door again as if she's done something. And I know she has to pee. I know it. But there she is at the door acting like it's time to come in. So I look at her and I point, like she knows what pointing means, and then she'll take off running and then come right back. And I'm like, Rainer, go. And then she'll finally go. 2 or 3 points later, she'll finally go. She'll find a place to pee. And she's also one of these dogs that does the whole walk, 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 walk.
Yes,
walk,
they
walk,
got to
walk.
find the perfect, like, oh, this smells like a really good place for me to poop.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
It smells too good right here.
yeah.
Let me see if I can fix that.
Boomer goes out and just goes, and we're done. We don't have to play any games. It's the one same place she always goes. Rainer just
It's right there in the name. Just Boomer right there in the line.
So in comes Rainer after she finally goes. And I made this mistake some weeks ago where I put a little bit of like excess meat juice in her food
Okay.
because she seemed a little hesitant
where
to
did you
eat.
get so like Kim cooks something, you've got a pan of leftover meat juice.
we always keep the meat juice warm and ready to serve. No, I think it was something in the fridge. Oh, I know what it was. It was Kim had a batch of jambalaya, and I just like strained out a little bit of jambalaya juice into her food
nice. Okay.
to drive her to eat her food because she wasn't eating that morning. So she did that. Now, every morning, she doesn't eat her food and stares at me like I'm gonna do something. I thought dogs were too stupid to remember a one-off. I thought you had to pound it into them. Yeah,
Scott.
Yeah.
no. I'm the well duh is targeted more at you than it is Rainer.
Yeah.
Of course you're thinking of goldfish that only have like a 15-minute memory.
All right.
Dogs totally remember. Yesterday I had this amazing meat juice in my food, and now, the next day they'll remember. Oh yeah, yesterday I was thinking about that amazing meat juice, which I got the day before. Like it's a chain of now they won't stop thinking about it. Anytime that they look at that bowl of food, they'll remember that one time.
Well,
that
then
they
I
had the
screwed it
meat
up.
juice.
I completely effed up then because now, so if Kim feeds her, she'll eat. She doesn't wait for the meat juice. It's not a problem. But she sees me and she just goes, oh.
She associates it with you.
Yeah.
Maybe you taper the meat juice.
Get just a little less meat juice over time.
Show title: Taper the meat juice. But yeah, give her a little bit. So keep giving it to her, but just give her a little bit less each time until the last time it's just kind of a symbolic whoop with an empty spoon into the bowl.
I could fake it. And what if she'd just still go for it if I faked it? Like if I just took
I think after you taper it down to where she's barely getting any, then after that you'll be able to fake it, and then you can slowly taper down the faking it.
I feel like I'm
Much like my marriage. Just kidding. That was a good joke.
That's all right. She listens to the show, so we know she.
I never have to fake it, people.
No, Brian never fakes it. Anyway, meat juice, dog, weird stuff going on there. All right, we have a bit of an announcement to make.
That's right.
Let's talk about it.
And it's funny because I'm actually hearing from our Saturday night thing right now, but still nothing in cement. All right, so in my hands, number one, Plaza Hotel contract signed. I've already scanned this and sent it back to her. So
we're getting a room. Getting a room rate at the Plaza once again.
That's right. We're getting a room block and slightly cheaper room rates than you'd get as a regular schmo off the street. So information on that will be on the Discord shortly, as soon as I get the confirmation and the code that you guys will all use back from them.
Okay.
Now we have basically Scott and I have a wedding we're going to on Friday night.
Right.
There may be some news on that might interest other people, but we'll find out about that shortly.
Yeah, we don't know for sure.
We're going to have an event on Saturday night, and I'm working on that as we speak.
Mhm.
And then Thursday night is going to be another meetup, and this is going to be more of like a casual, hey, people are getting into town, let's all get together somewhere, drink, shoot the breeze, and catch up and hug and sign crap and whatever you want to do.
Right.
We are drum roll. Do you have a drum roll or something?
No, but I have let's do this fanfare
fanfare?
here.
You have a fanfare?
Here you go.
Cool.
It's a little kingly. It's not exactly.
Sure. We are going to Excalibur. No, just kidding. All right. Our Thursday night event will be a meetup at the Millennium Fandom Bar. Yeah, we
Oh,
weren't
love
able
those
to do it
guys.
because of a schedule issue last year in 2019,
Yeah.
but we are invited back. Alex is happy to have us come back for our Thursday night meetup. So if you haven't been to this place before, this is basically a place in Vegas that's made for all of us nerds, right? I mean, he's got the 5 elements scattered all over this place. He's got a Mad Max car being chased by Knight Rider, being chased by something else on the walls. He's got
super nerdy
lightsabers and bat lifts and like every popular sci-fi fantasy pop culture franchise that we love, you'll find all over this place.
Yeah,
So
it's super rad. Very, very cool.
it's cool. So that is going to be our Thursday night meetup. Basically, we're basically all getting together there after dinner. So I think I said 7 or 8 o'clock. I'll have information nailed down on the Discord as far as the time. But
That's awesome. I loved that place last time. So
I did too. And
Yeah.
it's cool because there's no smoking. It is a bar, so there is drinking, but there's also no gambling. There's no machines in there,
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
you won't be stuck next to Jury who's working 3 towards a straight on a heart flush. That's not even.
He'll
a
be
thing.
too drunk to even know what that means. I've never seen
That's
anyone
right.
drink quite like he does. That dude
That's
can
right.
put
So-
it away. Yeah.
So, and hopefully he's able to make it. I know we've heard from Tom as a possibility.
Yeah,
Or
Tom's
likelihood.
Tom's a very much likelihood from Tom. Jury, I don't even think we've told him yet, but now we probably can, given the
We should tell
more
him
of the
now that
details,
we've got
yeah.
information about it. Yep.
should be good. And what else am I gonna say? Oh, so I can't smoke there. Can I vape while I'm there at the Millennium Fandom Bar?
You cannot, but you can consume an edible while you're there.
Sweet, because it's Vegas.
Because it's Vegas and edibles are illegal.
Everyone-
Actually, all of it's legal. So
Everyone keeps trying to tell me I should do an edible in Vegas every time I go, but I'm always too nervous, so I don't do it.
you did say that if marijuana was legalized for recreational use in Utah, you would
I
try
totally
it for
would.
the show. So
Totally would try it
this
for
is
the show.
basically the same thing.
Yeah, you're right. It is. And while I'm there, it is legal. That's true, right? Like while I'm physically there. Am I breaking some sort of federal statute by being from a different state but consuming in Vegas?
Only if you ingest enough of it that it's not out of your system when you fly back to Utah, and that would basically be concealed.
So if I eat a half a gummy bear, the feet off a gummy bear, how long does that take to rip through you, I wonder?
I don't think you'll feel anything with feet off a gummy bear, but I don't know. Never tried an edible, so I'm the worst guy to ask.
Yeah,
So,
Brian, I was going to say Brian's I'd still part of me is like I'm this weird law guy. I love the law and adhering to it. I'm a big
Sure.
fan of it. I like to keep my nose out of trouble. I like to pay my debts. I like to not be on the wrong side of anything and make sure that no matter what I'm doing it as legally as possible. It's a little bit of an obsession with me. And so
admirable.
So part of me knowing that the nation as a whole, it is still an illegal practice, even though I would be there in the place where it's legal. Yeah, there's something about it that holds me back. Like even if it became legal in Utah, it would still kind of hold me back because it wouldn't be everybody. Although let me
Until it
tell you
becomes
this,
federally legal.
yeah,
Right.
and let me tell you this: when it is legal in Utah, chances are that'll be when it's legal everywhere. That's how long this is going to take.
I feel like Utah will be at least state number 48, if not 50.
Right. And that's why, you know what? Honestly, this might be why I get so fired up about, Trump stuff and other things like that, is because I'm a huge believer in that whole "we are a nation of laws" thing. Like I feel like that's important. I feel like sometimes it's hard and sometimes it's broken, but it's worth it to have to constantly be vigilant about. If we're going to say this is the rule, then we're going to keep the rule. Now, if we need to change the rule, okay, let's do that. Let's do the proper process to change a rule.
And we all need to agree that the rule can be changed.
Right.
We can't just say, I've decided that me and the best people are going to go ahead and change this rule. This
Yeah.
rule's
Yeah,
one of the
and so
rules
when I
can be
see
lifted.
when I see people in power just, flagrantly ignoring a rule,
Yes.
No matter who it is. I'm not saying it's just this administration. It certainly happens all the time in the past, but
Sure.
I get that really fires me up. So I'm obsessed with it. So me eating a gummy bear in Vegas should be no big deal because, hey, it's for the show. We're going to tell stories. Not that big a deal, whatever. But then part of me is like, there is still a federal law that states that marijuana shall not be passed betwixt thine loins. I got all this in my head. And I got to get it out of my head.
Well, this is basically the reason that I still can't. Even if I live in a state where it's legal. I'm going to be going to Vegas, which is in a state where it's legal. Because Tina's job requires that her clearance, her credentials are based on the fact that her nor anybody in her house consumes any sort of illicit drug on a federal level, illicit, not just state level.
Right,
illicit.
because in her case, it's a federal purview kind of stuff. No, I totally get that.
Exactly.
I mean, did you hear about that flight that was diverted from, it was like going to Ontario or something. And in Canada, it is now nationwide in Canada, it is legal.
Oh, really?
Weed is legal. It's been that
Good
way
job,
for
Trudeau.
what was
Look at
that,
you.
last year or whenever it was. It was fairly
Well
recent.
done, Justin.
But some
The other
flight
Justin.
some flight got diverted to Seattle, and they arrested everybody on board that had pot, which threw me because I thought Seattle was also. Are they not full recreational?
I thought Washington was as well. Yeah.
So maybe they got something weird going on. Maybe I've got the state wrong. Maybe it was Oregon. Maybe it was something else. I thought, maybe Oregon has it.
So was it where was the flight planning to go? The flight was planning to go to Canada, or
it was in Canada going to another Canadian city. I couldn't tell you which.
And it
but
got diverted to Seattle.
yes,
That's lame.
It is
you
lame.
Can't do that.
It is lame. So anybody who had any weed on them, in them, around them, they got busted.
Right. Well, Jamie VX says it's not legal to bring weed internationally, but they were going on what they thought was a domestic flight.
Yeah, that's not their fault.
Canada.
That's not their fault, is it? Because you can fly legally with weed in your bag in Canada, in the borders.
Right.
I think. I don't know. I am no expert on any of this. JC Calhoun asked if I ever speed. No, I don't. I'm a very careful driver. I've had one ticket my entire life, and it was that time where I went through a roundabout and changed lanes too soon in the roundabout. And that's why I got pulled over, and it was literally a block from my house. That's as close as I've ever gotten to anything. I've never been in a wreck. I've never had a major ticket. I don't get speeding violations. I've never had to go to court and fight a ticket.
Zoe brings bacon. Scott rarely drives by the sound of it. Yeah, you would have to drive more to actually get
back in the day, up until 2014.
Oh, because you guys went down to one car around then, right?
Well, it wasn't that. It was just I was doing contract work in town, so I was every day.
Oh,
and then my
right.
whole life I've driven. I've had a huge commute my whole life until I started doing this, and even then I had this local thing I did till 2014. Since 2014, yes, a lot less daily driving for sure. But when I drive, and also long distance, Kim refuses to let me drive, so maybe I would have gotten a ticket there because I fall asleep.
Yeah. Oh,
So I can't do more than 30 minutes or else I get tired. But
Yeah,
anyway,
see, that's the thing too. I don't usually speed in town, or the speeding I do is under 5 miles an hour of the speed limit. However, if I'm on a road trip, I just want to get there, and so sometimes I might, maybe 9, because they'll pull you over if you're going 10.
Yeah.
But if you go 9 miles an hour, you're totally safe.
Sure.
Is what it's like. It's the rumor of the law, or the
oh yeah, the what's the word for that? The letter of the
urban
law.
legend of the law.
Oh,
or
there
whatever
you
it
go.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 9 miles. They won't pull you over for 9 miles over. They will pull you over for 10 miles.
Yeah, my cousin said they never pull you over unless it's 10. That's what I heard.
That's right.
Put the pedal to the metal.
So anyway,
I'm just boring.
yeah.
Is my point. I'm a boring guy, and I don't. When it comes to this sort of stuff, I play it careful. I don't cheat on taxes. I'm super careful about all of it. I declare everything. It's super. I'm a weirdo that way. I can't help it. It's just me.
Right.
All right. Dunaway incoming.
All right. Bring him on. Bring him in.
He's never been to Vegas. We should talk him into it.
He'd have to fly to make that happen.
Yes, he would.
I don't think.
Well, he could-
I don't think Dave Michael's going to cart his butt all the way over to Nevada.
Can you imagine? That'd be amazing. All right. I'm going to play this now. Join us now for a game of Babble Royale. Yeah, a chance for you to win some prizes. And it stars one Brian Dunaway from South Carolina. Hello, Brian.
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Good to have you here. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Oh, that's good. All right is better than bad. And that's, in my
Right.
book, that's a place
I
to
could be better,
Yeah.
but I've been worse.
Couldn't we
You know
all?
what would make you better, Brian, is a little vacation, a little trip at the end of March to Las Vegas. To
Las
join
Vegas,
Scott and
Nevada.
I like that idea. You know, my
Yeah.
birthday is March the 19th, so, you know, that's pretty close. It sounds like
It
a
is.
birthday gift to me from the family. Thanks, family.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, start talking to them about that. Yeah.
You should
Right.
you should
Hop in the
have
plane.
talk to the to your better half there and say, "Hey, look, baby, we need to go
Look
to
at her.
Las
Yeah, that's exactly
Vegas."
how I talk to my girl.
Yeah.
Look here,
always.
baby.
Look here,
Look.
baby.
And, look here, the end of March, I'm heading out.
Yeah. People love you. In fact, people love you
Aw.
so much. Look at this. What I got here. Right behind my desk, I have a stand-up.
Oh,
cardboard
look at
stand.
that.
Yeah. of
You got the
Brian
you got the
Dunaway.
steel. Yeah, you got the standee.
Yep.
Yeah, you sent me a picture the other day. I love that.
Checking
That video you sent. That was fun.
Checking his phone. He actually sits right behind my desk or right behind my PC. So you have there's two features to you. One, you're always looking at me, which is pretty fun. And two, you help block fan noise from my PC. Which is
Oh. I do this in real life too. Yeah, it's true
He's
story.
decorative. Brian Dunaway is both decorative and useful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who knew? All right, we have a caller on the line to play a little game with us today. Hi, good morning. Who's this?
This is Steve from Kentucky.
Well, hello, Steve from Kentucky. Man,
Kentucky Steve.
Kentucky is a cool town that I've never visited. Not town, state. I should come to Lexington or something. Or what part of Kentucky are you in?
Eastern Kentucky.
Ah, very nice. Is that where Raylan Givens would bust all the pill-popping drug deal people? Or is that not where I'm thinking of? That's up in the hollers.
And
There's
and
been
Steve,
a lot
how
of
many
pill
times have you
popping,
called in and
but-
had to answer that exact same
Oh,
question?
have we done this with Steve before? Has this come up before?
Yeah, man, every time.
Yeah. And we usually call him Steve Tucky, but you know,
Oh my
you
gosh! Sorry,
always
dude.
forget.
Sorry, my brain. I'm like a dog. You come in the room, it's like I've seen you for the first time. Anyway,
Raylan,
Now you're gonna do
it's
something
2020 and
about
Raylan
that.
Givens still isn't here.
no, he's still not here. All right. Oh, good news, by the way, on the
what's that?
Raylan Givens front. I don't know if you guys have seen the Fargo trailer for season 4 with Chris Rock and just the Fargo coming back. It's set in the 50s. It deals with the Kansas City gangster stuff, which is so cool. That's sort of a theme throughout the series, through all the seasons and the movie for that matter. But about halfway through this trailer, Raylan Givens shows up. There he is.
Yeah.
I don't know what his
Timothy the
deal.
Elephant.
I have no idea what Timothy Elephant's doing, but I'm in. Bring it on. All right. Sorry, Steve.
He actually just appeared in the most recent episode of The Good Place, and it was hilarious, his appearance. As
Oh.
Raylan Givens, by the way.
Oh, shut up. For real?
For real.
Oh, you're killing me here. I need to catch up on that show now, I guess.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's give Steve a chance to win some cool video gamey prizes and see how smart me and Dunaway are. What do you got there, Brian Ibbett?
All right, I'm going to be giving Scott and Brian Dunaway a topic. They're going to go back and forth giving me answers that fit that topic. Hey, look, they're not allowed to use Google. They're not allowed to write answers down that they've used. But if one of them gives a wrong answer, they repeat an answer or they take too long to come up with an answer. The win will go to the other player. Steve, your job is going to be to predict who is going to come out on top based on today's topic. Today, you're playing for a couple of games from Steam, Rapture Rejects, which are it's a game about Blondie lyrics that were not used for her big hit song,
Great.
and Deadlight Director's Cut, which
Deadlight's good.
Ooh,
That's
how
funny.
many,
Deadlight
how
is
many
very
directors does
good.
it take to change a Deadlight?
Let me tell you, that is so. It's the original version of it was 2012, but this more recent updating of it just kind of brings it into the 4K world. But it is still one of the coolest games
A lot of fun.
of the generation. It's really good. Yeah,
Awesome.
I would play that
Very
again.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, those are what you can win, and let's give them their topic. Their topic today comes to us. Oh, I think it's from Kadavari. I'll look it up while we're going to give credit where credit is due for who sent
Is this
one
the
in.
trivia question? Oh.
We're getting to it.
Oh.
On this date, back in 1974,
Okay.
a new television show premiered called Happy Days.
Ooh, Happy
It
Days.
ran for 11 seasons and 255 episodes, became one of America's most iconic television shows. Throughout its run, it saw over 500 different actors playing credited roles, many of which appeared in just a single episode, but only 22 characters appeared at least 10 times or more throughout the show's run.
Wow.
So, what are you doing, Scott? What are you doing right now? What are you
Sorry,
looking at down there?
I've got it's a problem with my sock, and I'm trying to fix it. It's all
massaging,
good.
Massaging some Play-Doh or something?
Yeah,
What
I
are you
know
doing?
it might look bad, but I promise
That's
it's a thing that's
No
just
worries,
a
no worries.
boring thing with my sock.
Only 22 characters does look bad appeared in at least 10 episodes. I want to know those 22 characters. Now,
Now, is this special guest? Or are you also including the core actors?
Well, as long as they were in
Well,
10 episodes
yeah,
or more.
I mean, they had to be in 10 episodes. I think
Okay,
if you're in 10
I got you.
episodes or
Okay,
more,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
not a special guest, Brian.
Gotcha.
You're a regular guest at that point, I'd say.
And here's what I will do. If when you guys can each have a mulligan, and but you have to earn it by telling me an actor's name.
Okay.
So you have to tell me the character name,
Okay.
but then you also have to give me the actor's name for a mulligan. You can only have one mulligan at a time. So basically, once you've got your mulligan, you don't need to tell me any other actors. But once you've
I'm
used
already confused. I'm totally tuning you out. I'll check back with
No,
you.
wait,
when it
hold on.
comes
This, yeah, I'm a little confused too. So let's say let's do a different show for a minute. Let's say it was Three's Company, and I said Jack Tripper. Is that's not enough? You're saying I would need to know that it's also played by I can't think
No.
of his name.
So
For the
what you
mulligan.
do is you could say Jack Tripper, and he was played by John Ritter. And now if you say, oh, he's played by John Ritter, I'll give you a mulligan that you can use later on in the game.
gotcha.
it's like
Earned
extra
it.
credits.
But then on your
Yeah.
next one, you can't say, I'm going to say Janet, played by Joyce DeWitt, and get a second. You can't have two mulligans.
We only have one mulligan. I
you
got
only
you.
have one
Right.
mulligan.
We
but- and
are
you earn it.
we are men of a certain age. It's just been proven, by the way.
That's right.
that I brought it up at all, and that Brian remembers Joyce DeWitt. That is telling you something. Anyway, okay, I get it now. I like this rule. This is neat. I like
Yeah,
it.
it's a good
All
rule.
right.
Yeah,
Good.
that's good.
Okay. Steve, now that I've thoroughly confused our players, who would you like to start, and who would you like, or who do you expect to win?
Could you go over those mulligan rules again? I didn't. Nah, I'm joking.
I can, but it'll cost you one of your
Sorry.
prizes.
Yeah, you can take a prize out.
No, so you said 74. That would have made me 4 years old. I don't know what that has to do with anything except my birthday is this weekend. I'll be joining you guys at the age of 50.
Oh, well, nice,
Oh,
dude. Yeah, I was
cool.
gonna say you're right behind us. Yeah, well
Yeah.
done. Welcome to the party. It's all right here. It's not bad.
So it's
Welcome
not-
to the party,
you
officer.
can go first, and you're going to win.
Who's going first?
You.
Me. Oh, okay. Okay.
You got to start, and who to win?
Brian did a.
Scott for both of them. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
So, no, it's not
Got
your
to
fault.
first.
Got to win.
Brian did a freaking Die Hard thing, and again, I blurred him out. I couldn't hear him. All right. So I'm starting, and I'm winning. Thank you for the
That's
confidence. This makes me nervous. All right. So I'm gonna say. I got one more clarification. If I
Yes.
say the actor and not the character, is that a
Does
problem?
not. Yeah, that's a problem.
Okay.
I need
That's a
character-
problem. Yeah,
character
you should
names
definitely know
are-
the character name.
You need character names to win this.
All right.
But if you give me an actor's name, you earn a mulligan.
All right. Arthur Fonzarelli.
Very good. All right. You want
Really?
to give me an actor name to earn a mulligan?
Oh yeah, sure.
What to say?
Henry Winkler. There's my
There you
mulligan.
go.
Easy,
Okay, Scott
easy
has a mulligan.
pleasy,
Easy pleasy,
Jeez.
lemon squeezy. That's right, buddy.
right?
What do you got?
I'm gonna go with Richie Cunningham, played by Mr. Ron Howard.
That's right. By the way, I meant to say, Henry Winkler, Arthur Fonzarelli, 255 episodes. There was
Oh, nice.
he appeared in every single episode. Ron Howard and Richie Cunningham, giving Brian his mulligan as well, only appeared in 170 episodes because he left the show
That's right.
much like his brother, his
Oh.
deceased brother Roger, whoever it was. Yeah,
I forgot about that.
yeah.
I honestly I didn't remember it at all until you said that. That's crazy. All right.
Yes. All right. So both players have their first ones on the board, and both players have earned a mulligan. Oh, Chuck. That's right. Not Roger. Chuck. Yes.
Roger Chuck. Let's do. I assume Marion Ross. Oh, sorry. What was her name? Marion Cunningham.
Ah,
I forgot she had the same first name for a second. She was in it. She had to have been in it for more than 10, right?
She was in all 255 episodes. She
Oh,
also appeared in every
awesome.
single episode.
Okay, good
Yep.
job, Marion.
Yep.
Kept your name in the show just to keep it simple.
well, they better go
Jason
with.
Calhoun says, "Wait, the brother didn't appear in enough episodes? No, I think he
like-
appeared in one. He appeared in
The pilot, right?
The pilot, and then
Right.
disappeared. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
they never mentioned him again.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, that's
Much
weird.
like wasn't like the dog or something that was in the other, what was it, the Brady Bunch? What wasn't that like a throwaway character in the Brady Bunch too?
Oh, was there one like that?
Tiger was in throughout the. Yeah, I can't think of anything that was introduced in the pilot. I mean, they had a different house in the pilot.
Right.
They did that with
How about
MASH had that in their pilot. They had
Right.
a different Father
Yeah.
Mulcahy, totally different actor.
Right.
Actually, it was
Right.
who was it? No. I'm thinking of the movie. The movie was Rene Aubergenois. People forget he was Mulcahy in that. But in the series, it was a whole different dude at the beginning, and then just everyone forgot that after that. He was gone. That was
Right.
the end of that guy.
Cool.
Interesting.
Anyway,
Okay, so did the shark have a different name besides Shark?
The one that.
But I don't
Fonzie
think it was
jumped over.
right. Yeah. I don't think it was 10 episodes
His
anyway.
name's Sharky. He only appeared in one episode.
Right.
he doesn't
Well,
count.
he was always there.
His
in
name
spirit.
was Sharky.
Sharky the shark. Jump me. Okay, Howard Cunningham. Well, I don't have to tell you. I don't have to tell his name, but I will anyway. It's Tom Bosley. I don't have to tell you that.
Bosley. Very good.
Good job.
Correct.
Well done. That was my
All
next
right.
one, so now I got to scramble here. I guess I'll just do. I know he's kind of a turd now, but Chachi.
Was he in 10 episodes?
Oh, had to be.
Chachi's good enough. Do you
I'm just
remember his last name? I mean, can you?
Chachi. It's something Italian-y, like
It's something Italian,
Cha-
but it's fake Italian-y. You know it is.
Chachi
Gotta
is
be.
Chachi is penis in Korean, by the way, or Chaji, as I say it. So when we were growing up, we were always saying, my cousin Joni would always say, "Oh, Joni loves Chaji," but we knew what that meant. Anyway,
You'll never be able to pull this one out because it doesn't end with an eni or anything. Chachi
Yeah.
Arcola.
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 All right.
Appeared in
Ricola.
130 episodes.
Wow,
Chachi
that many?
did.
Yeah. I wish it was RC Cola, but anyway, whatever.
Right? I know. Arcicola.
Yeah.
That sounds very Italian.
Yeah, it does.
God, he was so young when he started that too, man. I can remember like the
Yeah,
first episodes with him in it.
Yeah, he wasn't
All right.
Charles or in charge of anything yet. So
that's right.
I'm gonna stay with the Cunninghams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with the Joni.
Joni's
Erin.
a good
Erin Moran. I actually met her. She was super nice.
Oh,
I just met her at
how'd you
Dragon Con.
meet Aaron Moran?
Yeah, I met her at Dragon Con. Actually, I think we got an extra life.
Oh, yeah, she did a
little
bumper for the
shout-out.
show.
A sounder?
Yeah. Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
Cool.
You met her at Dragon Con. That's right. I remember.
I
all
did.
that. I have that
I
file
met 3 of
somewhere.
them at Dragon Con. I did indeed.
I have that file somewhere still. I don't know where, but somewhere. An old hard drive somewhere.
I think we should put a bounty, by the way. I think we'll offer this is kind of a callback to yesterday's show, but I'd say if anyone can get a sounder of Scarlett Johansson saying, "You're listening to the morning stream with Scott and Brian. This is a party."
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my
This
gosh.
looks like a party.
Yeah, or even
$50
I don't see how this is a
$50
party.
bounty.
She could even
Wow.
say
That'd be good too, yes.
she could say the even. She could even
$50.
say the line $50 to whoever can do it. More than well, you
$50
know what?
Bounty. Yeah.
$100. $100.
You'll match my 50.
I'm gonna
so-
match funds. Yep, we're gonna do it.
All right. Okay.
$100 to the person that gets her to say any form of that line along with a bumper for the show. In fact,
Right.
preferably you're listening to the morning stream. I don't see how this is a party or something like that. I don't care
Right.
what
Any format of the
Yes.
yeah.
Oh
any
my
format of I don't see how this is a party or is a party or this is a great party or
That'd be amazing.
whatever. Yeah, Wabbit Magic. Scott said Chachi though, so he's got the point.
What it
He
is?
also
I'm not
said
looking at
Scott
chat.
Mayo, but he also said Chachi.
Yeah, I said Chachi. I just didn't know his
All right,
last
so-
name.
And then he said Joni, and then I was like,
That's right.
Oh
Free
shit!
Sorry,
Sorry, I was referring to Joni Loves Chachi, the spinoff. But anyway, sorry.
Right.
Yes.
So you
All
did
right,
Joni,
anyway.
so it's my turn again, right?
It is your turn again. Yes.
All
you
right.
gave us Joni.
We got the host with the most, Don Most, as the character Ralph
Yeah.
Mouth.
Ralph Malf.
Yeah.
Donnie Most, who was credited on the show as Ralph Malf. 168 episodes for Ralph Malf.
Oh, I
Yeah,
would
that
have
was
figured he
the-
was there the whole time. That surprises me.
Yep. Nope.
He was gone for a while.
He somehow
Yeah.
got out as well.
Okay.
He did. They only brought him in every once in a while to do his little stick. For a while there, he wasn't there a lot. But that was one of the people I met at Dragon Con as well. And then Patsy Weber was also there, Mr. Anson Williams.
His buddy, even though you think you never really saw one without the other, apparently for 60 or 52 episodes you did, because he was in 220 episodes of the show while Ralph Mel was only in 168. So Patsy Weber, played by Ensign Anson Williams.
All right.
Which is not a joke on Red Shirt Diaries, although I thought it was. I thought that the character's name that Victoria Ashley Victoria Robinson plays is Ensign Williams based on Ensign Williams based on Anson Williams, but it's not.
Oh,
That was a long way to go to explain what I thought was a joke.
no, I liked it. Just like taking a couple laps around the park while you explained it. It was fine.
That's right. Plus, I gave you some more time to think. All right.
All right, I'm going to go with Al. I don't know his last name. He ran Al's Diner.
Al.
The guy
He
with
did. On the character was Al Del Vecchio. The character's name or the actor's name was Al Molinaro. Another Tony Danza moment where the character gets to keep their first name for the show.
Nice.
Right.
That's what I like.
I'm
All
going
right.
to go with Pat Morita as Arnold.
Oh, I
Yeah,
forgot he was in
the
that.
other owner of
The takeover, yeah.
Yes, that's right. Arnold, whose character's full name was Matsuo Takahashi, went by the name Arnold and played by Pat Morita.
Oh,
I think
no.
you stole, based on that exclamation from Scott. I think you stole his other one.
His
that he was gonna
next,
get. By the
his
way,
next answer.
you feel like Pat Morita was on there a ton, right?
Right.
27 episodes only.
What?
Just 27 episodes for
What?
Pat Morita. Yeah,
That's
I know.
low. That's lower
That
than I
seems
would've thought.
impossible.
Okay, I know one more, but I don't know the character. I just
reruns.
know the actor. So is this where I can use a mulligan, or what? How does this work?
Yeah,
It just means all that means is I get a.
all it means is you get a second guess if you get it wrong. So,
So
I guess you
right,
get
right.
two. You get two
get two
guesses
wrong
as to the
answers.
character's name.
Because it's not a. Yeah, it doesn't work like a. It's not like a Joker card, like a
Right.
wild card. Oh shit. I don't remember his character's name, but I know the actor. And it wasn't even that many episodes, but I know him because he's in everything, and you could also kind of start to credit him. It's the guy you can credit for the downfall of a lot of shows. You know who
I
I'm
know
talking
exactly
about.
who you're talking about. Yep.
I don't know that.
Damn it, I don't know his character name. Well, I'm going to just say it, get him out of the way in case Dunaway knows it, and then I'll use my mulligan,
Sure.
I guess.
Sure.
Ted McGinley was in that show.
Ted McGinley. Yes, he was.
And he wrote, and he came in late, I think, and kind of that's when things started going to shit.
That's what he usually does. He comes in late into a show and
He's
sinks
the
it.
cleanup.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
He's the.
I'm here to clean up.
last- That's right. I'm here to get everybody their severance package.
Oh no! Look who it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, does that mean I go right back to me, or do we go to Dunaway?
We've done it where it basically just goes right back to you. Yeah. So do you want to take a guess at his name?
McGinley's?
Yeah.
It's something boring, like, like Hank Williams or something dumb. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Do you want to take a guess at another character?
Oh, Steve, I really want to win this for you, buddy. I know that Mork was on there, so Robin Williams, was he there for maybe 10 episodes, maybe?
Like
no, only
2 or
appeared
3,
in
right?
in 2, right? He
No!
appeared once.
The special and then one comeback. Yeah.
then he came back, yeah.
Oh, gosh dang it. I don't know anyone else. Do you, Dunaway? Is this a thing of like...
Yeah. Yo, dude, I grew up watching Happy Days, so I mean, I have a few left, but I'm trying to remember how many episodes she was in it. Shirley and Laverne were both in it, but Cindy Williams was in it a lot more. I think Laverne only showed up a couple of times.
How about Cindy Williams?
Yeah. Again, I'm looking for character names, but you did say Laverne and Shirley. Neither one of them
Right.
appeared 10 times.
10 times.
Yeah.
Oh, so you would have lost is what would have happened there.
You would have lost.
Well, no,
yeah.
that would have been my mulligan. Then I would have went with something safe.
Okay, go
Okay,
something
well,
safe.
tell me
What's
the safe
safe?
one then.
I have no idea.
So really,
I don't like to think any further, so I'm stopping right there.
So Steve from Kentucky might have won had
But-
he said.
Right, but there was
you go
always
first.
Pinky was there. Pinky was there. We actually saw her in a movie recently, didn't we? Didn't we see Pinky in something?
Pinky Tuscadero. We saw Leather
Tuscadero.
Tuscadero.
Leather
Pinky Tuscadero, if I remember correctly, was Susie Quattro. Leather Tuscadero was the woman we saw getting
Right.
almost murdered in New Year's Evil.
Oh,
Right.
right.
Yes,
How many
but
episodes was
neither one of them appeared in 10
Really?
episodes. Yeah, but Lori Beth Allen, who was basically Richie Cunningham's girlfriend, Lori Beth.
Oh, Lori Beth. Yes.
Yep. Ted McGinley's character was Roger Phillips.
Okay.
I did say Roger at the beginning and
And I
didn't want
didn't
to
catch
say,
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Kathy Silvers played Jenny Piccolo. Good old Jenny
Oh,
Piccolo.
frick.
Piccolo.
These
Boy, the other
ancillary
ones here are
characters.
tough. Marcia, Ashley, Bobby, Casey Cunningham.
No, yeah, Casey Cunningham. I forgot that was later season stuff too.
Did they
right?
ever have a crossover with the Brady Bunch or anything? That ever happened?
They did not. No, because technically Happy Days took place in the 50s and Brady Bunch took place in the 70s. So
right. What am I
that would have been a
Yeah,
weird
whatever,
time
man.
machine.
They had a shark and an alien, so I think it would have been okay.
Yeah.
Which does mean that Mork is not only a space traveler but also a time traveler because
Right.
he.
Nanu.
That's right.
Yeah. Also, let me just say something about that. It's so dumb. I mean, those were signs that Happy Days should end when you have an alien on your show.
Yes.
But
Right.
Mork and Mindy was great.
Yeah.
That was a great little show. There's nothing wrong with that.
I think it was okay. I think that if you went back and watched some of those episodes, I think the first season of Mork and Mindy was good, and then when they started bringing in like Jonathan Winters, who's normally really good, but as their son,
Yeah, that was
it
weird.
got a little bit dorky.
Yeah, they milked back in the day. This is how it used to work, kids listening. Back in the day, they would milk a show until they killed it, and it was
Right.
Exactly.
And
Or
then-
until
and then
Ted
once they
McGinley
did-
showed up.
Yep.
Right, and then once they did that, then they would bring it back during the '80s for a cartoon show in the morning times.
That's right, because there was a Mork cartoon. I don't
Yeah,
think it had
more
Mindy,
cartoon.
but I think there was a
Yeah.
Mork cartoon.
You're
yeah.
right. Brian's right. That was the
And a
final.
happy, yeah,
That
and
was
there was
the-
a Happy Days cartoon.
Was
as
there
well.
a cereal? Was there a Mork cereal?
There probably was.
It has to be.
Yeah.
I'm eating my
like there
morks.
was.
Leave me alone.
That was the final circle of Dante's Inferno, was that your cartoon got made, and then that's when you knew your stupid show was super washed up. And you can come back from it. Like Star Trek kind of suffered this fate, right? This is the process
Yeah.
Star Trek went through. That third season was terrible. The cartoon was ridiculous, and we kind of all thought we were done with it. But then things get revived. So I don't know. I could see a future where Happy Days is a thing again. Maybe. I don't know. Might take
Sure.
another 100 years, but they didn't ruin it too bad yet. All right,
Yeah.
Steve, I owe you one. That was gnarly, but
No problem.
I appreciate you putting your confidence in me anyway, man. Thanks a lot for that.
right, like that.
Watch out for the haulers. I hear they're trouble up there, and
Hey,
in the
here you go. I'll say goodbye to Kentucky Way. Tell your mom and them I said hi. I'll catch you on the flip side, man.
that's fantastic.
Oh, you know what's funny is I did search for Mork cereal,
Yeah.
and it doesn't look like there ever was a Mork cereal, but it pulls up a box that I guess is the complete first season on DVD, but it looks like a box of cereal, so I
Oh, nice.
put a link to it in the chat room.
Oh
It
yeah,
looks
look
like
at that. It totally does.
It does like a balanced part of your delicious breakfast, Morks and Mindy's.
Oh, more
With marshmallow Mindy's.
Parker Brothers made a Mork and Mindy game. That's
Of
cool.
Yeah,
course
they
they
did.
did.
I had
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that
I
one.
bet you did.
What's
I actually still have my Mork with wearing he's wearing a big old backpack, and you pull the string and he says nanu nanu and all this other crap.
wow. Well, that
One of the few toys I still have from my childhood. Go ahead.
Pam Dauber's still around? She still do stuff?
Yeah, she's still around. Yeah.
She is. But she lost her sister Sam.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was bad.
sad. That's a good documentary, by the way.
Is it?
They have. I think it's on Hulu.
My Sister Sam was a documentary?
No,
I
no,
thought it
No, there was a
fictional
documentary
story.
about the stalking and everything.
Yeah, her
I'm
actual
kidding.
sister.
I know that
you
the
knew
show
about
was
it.
not a documentary.
Yeah, no. So let's see. Oh yeah, she's still like kind of. Well, no, she's only done 2 things in the last 10 years. But
Yeah, she had like a show on CBS or something. Not like what, about 4 or 5 years ago or something. Or was it
yeah,
even further than that?
2016, she was on The Odd Couple. It was a new version of the
Yeah.
series that didn't take off very well. It looks like that didn't last. I didn't even know that was a thing. Hold on, I'm gonna check that. The Odd Couple, 2016. Oh yeah,
Show
it was
took place in Boulder. Mork and
Matthew
Mindy.
Perry and I remember this. Matthew Perry and Thomas Lennon or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Right.
And it
Yes.
lasted all of.
Did it make it through a full season?
Oh, it did 3 seasons. Wow.
What?
I had no idea, dude. I had no idea. Wow, that didn't go well, I guess. Kind of a bummer. I never even heard of it.
Yeah.
CBS did it.
Yeah. Was that CBS? Yeah.
Yeah. Who's Joe Keenan? Or no, I'm sorry. Who's Thomas Lennon? I don't know who that is.
Thomas Lennon, you do know him. He's on Brooklyn Nine-Nine,
Oh, and he
yeah.
wears the shorty shorts on.
on Reno 911.
Yeah, I
Right?
love him. I love that guy. All right, now I'm annoyed. That seems like a decent cast.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
got-
the actors are great, but
the reviews are good.
are they?
Yeah, it feels
Well,
like
that's
one
why
that
it
just
lasted.
didn't get traction and nobody watched it. That's too bad.
Are Pam Dauber and Mark Harmon still married?
Oh no, that can't be.
Ooh, that's a good question.
they
No,
are.
no
I'm
one stays
looking-
married.
I think they
forever.
are too.
Really?
Yeah, as of July 8th, 2019, an article on Country Living talks about how they make their marriage work.
Well,
Oh, nice.
that guy
He
Good to
continues.
hear good things. Yeah.
He doesn't say nanu nanu, and I don't say. How do you spell NCIS again? Oh no, that's not Mark Harmon.
How do you know that's him? He's on
It is him, okay.
NCIS. Yeah. How do you spell NCIS? Oh, that'd be the most annoying thing to ask anyone ever. How do you spell NCIS?
How do you spell
That's good.
NCIS?
That's really
What's the phone
good.
number for 911?
That guy continues to be stupid handsome for no good reason. I don't get it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not fair.
Deal with the devil.
All right. Well, good luck to them and their 90-year marriage that still continues. Dunaway, pleasure's been ours to have you on today. I hope that
Oh,
you
thank
have
you.
nothing but a fantastic rest of your day. Don't forget to check Brian out on the internet. He's over at the Brian Dunaway on Twitter. And we put up a new Boop Show on Monday. Boop Shoot?
Yeah, we
Boop
did.
Show, not shoot.
A boop shoot.
Boop
A boop
shoot.
shoot.
Boop shoot. It was very good, and we enjoyed it, and it's posted, and it's up there. It's up at frogpants.com/BOOP if you are interested in a bunch of video game talk from a couple of nerds like us. Brian Dunaway, have a great day.
Nerds.
Bye. All right.
B-O-O-P.
Yes, B-O-O-P.
O-P.
We are going to dive into a song, no news today, because we got to jump right to it, because we got Tom coming up. So Tom Merritt will be here in a bit, so will Nicole, and we got to have music, though, in between to make a little sandwich out of it. So, Brian, what do we have today?
We do. By the way, India in the Middle is brought to you by Coverville, where today we are paying tribute to Neil Peart of the band Rush with a Rush cover story. Fewer songs because they're longer songs. One of them, I think, is like 7.5 minutes, 8 minutes or something. So listen for that today, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, twitch.tv/Coverville if you want to listen live.
Nice.
All right, let's go to Melbourne, Australia, for a band called King's Union. They've got a brand new album called Spirals. You can find out more about them by going to kingsunion.band online. They were influenced by Jimi Hendrix, but they bring that rock and sound kind of into the modern times. They sound a lot like Foo Fighters and Queens of the Stone Age, in my opinion. I really, really like this stuff. Here is their song Lost Butterflies from the brand new album. Here's King's Union.
All right, we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
First of all, I will not put my phone in the dishwasher. Second, it will ruin the phone. And thirdly, it won't turn into an iPhone. Are you kidding me with this?
I don't know why. How can you beat corn like this?
The Morning Stream. Strong enough for a man, but made for Brian Ibbett.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. We're back. Third Illusion's right. I get a lot of these dumb lines from TikTok because people are weird on there. So it's fun to play the weird.
Oh, for sure.
Tom Merritt incoming. Yes.
I do have a confirmation. Can I throw a confirmation
Yes.
in really quick?
Yes,
Because I
please.
did hear from Saturday night, and I'll put all this stuff in the on the Discord, the TMS Vegas Discord. Saturday night. Oh, should I wait? Oh, I've already started the ball rolling. Let's finish the ball rolling.
You know what we should do? We should put that Discord like in the main Discord. I don't know why we have a separate channel for that. Shouldn't we have that in the main thing? People don't have
probably
to
should
join a
right?
separate one or whatever.
I think we did that when we were doing the whole like individual Discords.
Oh, you're right. It just stayed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put something in there. Anyway, go ahead.
All right, cool. Saturday night, we are getting together back again at the HyperX Esports Arena.
Ooh.
They don't have an event going on, so basically we're just going to take it over. It's not going to be like an overpants thing again. We're not doing like a structured event. It is come on over, play games on their machines. You do have to pay for them. we're not covering any cost of those, or hang out with us at the bar or whatever. We'll be there at the HyperX Esports Arena on Saturday night for a big meetup.
So that's Saturday night.
That's Saturday night. So Thursday night, Millennium Fandom.
Millennium Fandom Thursday. Friday that place. That's
Friday's
great.
our wedding.
That's
no,
great.
Friday's the wedding.
Yeah.
And then Saturday night is.
I keep saying Friday. Saturday night is the thing. Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect.
Yes.
Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. We're now entering into a new phase of the show. What's really an old phase, but it is the next phase today, and that is adding this guy to the call.
It's an old phase with it's an old phase with an old face.
Yes, but a young face at that.
With the computer, as with any tool, the concept and direction must come from the man.
That man is Tom Merritt, all the way from beautiful Los Angeles, California. Hello, Tom. You look young.
Hello, Scott.
You don't look old at all. You're a young buck.
Tom. Yeah. It's good to have you here.
Yeah.
My lumbago allowed me to get to the chair today, so.
Oh, good. Fantastic. You got the rheumatiz. You're always dealing with that stuff. Feel bad for you. Not really. Tom Merritt is the youngest of all of us because he eats well and exercises a lot, and good for him. Hey.
It actually doesn't make me younger, but.
Also because he was born later.
Yeah. That's a good point too. He was born about 9 months after.
Wait, I'm slightly younger than Scott, less than a year. Am I younger than you, Ibbott?
Let's see, Brian.
I'm only a month younger than Scott, so.
So yeah, you're younger.
All right, so yeah, I'm right on your tails, both of you. But
you're the
I can call you both my elders.
Yeah.
The venerable Scott Johnson.
You're
less venerable, Brian.
I must use you instead of thou.
That's right.
To show my respect.
That's right.
Well, it's good having you here, and I assume you've had a nice week to sort of recover from all things that are CES.
Yeah. Sarah Lane and I have been talking about the fact that it's funny, even though we were back Thursday and Friday, it really didn't feel like we were back to normal till Monday, because CES just warps your perceptions.
Yeah.
You start to feel like you live there. It's crazy.
Gets into your soul. This happens to me.
Not in a bad way.
No. It's all good. This happens to me at BlizzCon when it comes to like Blizzard coverage and the shows I do for that stuff. It just really messes me up.
It's a conference thing. If you're going wall to wall with conference stuff, it just kind of takes over your brain for a while.
Yeah. Well, we're glad to have your brain back here on this beautiful Wednesday.
It's good to be back, brain.
What kind of news happens on a Wednesday after CES anyway? What kind of tech news are we looking forward to?
We've got a whole cornucopia of news that I'm working on for Daily Tech Headlines and for Daily Tech News Show, a bunch of YouTube and Google stuff, but Twitter is getting some attention here because Jack Dorsey did a Q&A with the old folks over there at The Wired. They've been doing a lot of these Q&As, especially at CES and stuff. But in this Q&A, our dear friend Jack Dorsey said that he doesn't think we'll ever do a edit button for Twitter. His direct quote is, "We'll probably never do it."
The edit button
probably.
Yeah.
So you're saying there's a chance.
There's
Jack.
a chance. Yeah. I mean,
I mean, it's the same old argument. He says, look, I get it. There are good reasons like fixing typos and broken links, but there are also bad reasons. People can use editing to mislead people by posting something, waiting for a couple of replies, and then changing it.
Yeah. I still think there's ways around it, but it would require some programmatic stuff that maybe they don't want to do. Things like, forums do this now, or even a post on a Discord. If you change something because like, oh shoot, I misspelled something, it puts a little edited and tells you when they edited it.
Exactly.
I don't have. I mean, I think
there's also the time limited edits, right? Where you give people just a couple of minutes. That way, there aren't that many chances for people to reply, and it doesn't make changing the context that effective. A lot of places do that. Facebook does this all the time. And of all the many faults that Facebook has, I don't hear people constantly saying it's that edit function that lets people fool everyone.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not naive enough to think that they haven't I'm sure that the people at Twitter have really discussed this for years. And
no, absolutely.
And I'm sure it comes up all the time, and I'm sure they've got amazing reasons across the board why or why not they should do it or shouldn't do it or whatever. But it just
I think
seems
it's an
to
internal
me,
debate. Kevin Bakepor, who's the product chief over there, has been more amenable. It's like, it's probably something we should do someday, but we're not getting around to it now, is usually the tone of his responses, which is way more amenable than Jack Dorsey. I kind of feel like the big block here is Dorsey. And even in this Q&A, he said, like, see, the thing is, when we started Twitter, it was a SMS service, and you can't edit SMS. And I'm like, well, why are you even bringing that up? Because he immediately is like, I know it's not that way anymore. But
Yeah.
it's like, I feel like he's just kind of stuck in that mindset and won't give it up.
Yeah, it's like the food in his beard just doesn't come out. You got to comb it out.
It's stuck in there when he won't give it up.
Yeah,
Well, maybe if he edited his beard, then
Not going to do that either.
not gonna edit.
Probably
line
never
of
going
the
to do
beard.
it. Yeah.
I
just
have.
delete the beard and post a new beard.
I
Yeah, but then
remember.
people would say the beard misled them.
Yeah, exactly. I remember when he had said publicly, this is years and years ago, someone asked, are we ever going to get more than 140 characters now that it's not just an SMS restriction anymore? And he was adamant that no, probably not. Probably not going to. It sounded like the same language, actually.
Yeah.
So-
maybe it's that Steve Jobs thing where Jobs would say there's no reason people want video on an iPod, and the next year they put out video on an iPod. Like,
Yeah.
he has to finally go to the wall denying it before he gives up.
Well,
Look,
see, I went back
feel
and looked. I went back and looked at his adamant response about not adding, making it longer number of characters. That post was deleted and a new one was put up in its place. It says, yes, we'll do 288 characters at some point.
Wait a minute. You mean an edit button isn't the only way to change?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, but then you got timestamps and stuff.
Yeah.
I, both at Tech TV and CNET, was adamant that people shouldn't be allowed to edit their posts on forums. This is the forums that we ran. And my reasoning was exactly the same as Jack Dorsey's. You should just teach the audience to be careful and know that what they post is what they post, so that you can't have people going in and changing things to mislead. And I felt that way for decades, literally. And from the 90s on up, and I've changed my mind now. I think Twitter should have an edit button, not the least of which because it would help me, because I'm constantly posting typos on Twitter.
Yeah, and I'm screwing up things like yesterday I meant to put up a GIF and it ended up being a video, and I'm like, shoot, they look the same on my phone. My only recourse is to delete it and start again, which means a fair number of people have a client that caches the post, and so they're seeing both, and they reply to one and it throws an error and says, well, we don't know why this isn't replying. Well, it's because it doesn't exist, but your thing's caching it, so it doesn't know. And
Right.
there's
'Cause
all those
not
issues.
having an edit button often breaks the site because people have to delete. I've done that before, where I realize, crap, that's not what I meant to say. And I'm always embarrassed when people are retweeting something and I have a typo in there. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, and
And this is not a problem. I see some excellent solutions being proposed in the chat there at the Frog Pants channel, and those are great. But it's not like there are no solutions. Everyone does this. Everyone provides an edit. Freaking Discord has the ability to edit. Slack has the ability to edit. You think there's a chance to mislead people? Wow. A live chat is certainly a way that you could do that. But so it's not new. It's not like they need somebody to finally crack the code on how to implement a good edit system. It's plenty of examples out there. They just don't want to do it.
Yeah, clearly it's stuck in somebody's craw, probably Jack's. I guess we'll just have to see.
Or his beard. Is his beard his craw?
I mean,
what is a craw?
Eventually,
Just below the craw.
Eventually, is it just below the craw? Okay.
I thought the craw was. Oh no, I take that back. The craw I thought was like the under the neck,
Is
or
it?
like in the neck.
The stomach.
Oh.
The stomach
the
of
craw's
a
the
person
stomach?
or animal.
Oh really? Okay. Wow.
Okay. Oh yeah, look at that stomach. You're right. Stick in craw. All right. Well, Mike's craw is
Where you want
rumbling.
stuff to stick. You don't want to stick in your throat or stick
I'm
in
gonna
your
start
mouth.
saying that when I eat a really hearty breakfast. Like, wow, that really stuck to my craw.
Yeah.
That's right.
I like it. Get your craw looked at. All right. Well, that's fantastic. So that and other big issues and news happening today on the Daily Tech News Show at 2:30 Mountain Time. I'll be there. We also start things a little bit early, so come to the stuff early.
Oh,
and
yeah,
listen to
yeah.
that.
Twitch.tv/GoodDayInternet. And today, Scott and I will be chatting about his YouTube travails a bit more.
Yeah, a little bit more, a little less rage-filled. I've been kind of angry about it, but I've calmed down.
Yeah,
now.
I wanted to give you a chance to calm down.
Yep, I've got a more reasonable approach to the discussion.
Got it out of your craw.
Yeah,
Took
and,
a breath and counted to 10, and now, you're happy about it.
One thing that is interesting is it did force me to become a cram test student of the decentralization topic.
Yeah.
So that
I saw you were playing with Library, which I also have been playing with over the years, and it's kind of rekindled my interest in experimenting.
Yeah, that seems to be going places. There's some other stuff out there too, but just learning more about the idea behind it and how easy it is for the entire internet to get sucked into cool services that before you know it have locked you into a place that is just into a place. It's their place. It's not your place. And you forget that the web used to be, and still is, by its nature, but it used to be much more about things like your own domain and your own controlled files and your own everything else. And it's just an interesting discussion. So we'll have that discussion at some length today, along with the regular show. So you guys should check that out. Wednesdays are great. I don't know about Patrick and Tuesdays, but Wednesdays rock. Is all I'm saying.
Patrick just about convinced us that Quibi's a good idea on yesterday's show.
Holy crap! Never mind. I take it back. Well, Tuesdays are the shining light in the darkness. All right. Hey, Tom. Anything else going on you want to mention?
Well, I want to call out I Am Sci-Fi for an excellent Wu-Tang Clan reference in the chat room, and then remind people that Daily Tech News Show, like we've been saying, is the place to keep up to date. We got a couple of versions. Daily Tech News Show is 30 minutes a day. It's not that much, and that'll help you really feel like you understand. I get people telling me all the time, I'm able to talk about tech in a more effective way because I listen to Daily Tech News Show. We always hope that's the case. So go check it out, folks. DailyTechNewsShow.com.
Yep. Today especially. I'm not biased though. Tom Merritt, everybody. Ace Detect on Twitter. Take it easy. We'll see you later.
Thanks, y'all.
Bye now.
See you.
All right.
Very good. All right.
Let's get Brian back on camera. There we go. All right, everybody. Time of the show has come. Right. Where are we getting a cold?
There's a mess down here now. He left my window a mess.
Oh no, that's no good. Geez, Tom, clean up after your window when you leave. All right, we're calling Nicole. She's not online though, so I don't know what that means. Let's see if I
crap. Yeah,
Mark.
I've not seen her in the chat room yet, so
let me text
usually
her.
She makes an appearance there first.
Sometimes she gets very busy with the mothering and forgets. It's okay. You on today? I should have checked with her last night. I usually do this with guests, but I forgot last night. I was too busy watching my recommendal, actually.
Oh, were you really?
Yeah.
I wonder if there's if you could just use a timed text that automatically sends a reminder to to Tom and Nicole. Good for tomorrow.
Yeah, all good. And then just have them. Then they think it's me being thoughtful and conscientious, but really it's just a robot.
It's just an app.
Yeah. Kind of like the robots that shut down my YouTube channel, like that.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes they're good robots. Sometimes they're bad robots.
Sentient beings that don't care about human lives. Those guys. Right. She says, I said, hi, you on today? She goes, yes, sorry, I was deep in work. All right, so it looks like we can add her again. Get her all up in it. There we go. I like the sound of this. It seems like we're getting somewhere. Get the rings of ringage.
Deep in work.
Yeah. Got that work deep going on. Still ringing the rings of ringage. And I'm going to pause the show for a second. I kept thinking we may be there, but we're not quite there.
Right.
So, let's see. Let's put that there and save. All right. Let's see if we can get her in here. Guilty until proven innocent is exactly the YouTube way. Well said, the Ord way. That is kind of their jam right now. It is on you to... Anybody can go to any channel and say, hey, you're using something of mine, and they'll give them a strike. Right. It's bad. Yes. It's so bad. And I don't know what jerk did it, but some jerk who doesn't like me did it. All right.
I think his name was Free Hotel.
It would be really funny if it was.
Just kidding. I'm kidding.
Is he in the chat today?
No, I haven't seen him.
I haven't seen him in a while in general. Hope he's doing all right.
Oh, he was in yesterday or the day before. I know that he was I want to say he was in yesterday. Or Monday. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there she is.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Hello. Hi. Hello. How are you? How are you, Nicole?
I was absorbed in work. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Oh, that's good. That's what Wednesdays are for.
I blame Mark.
Mark!
Yeah, no worries.
I blame Dougie.
Yes, blame Dougie, the dog. Don't do any of those things because now I'm going to play this. Nicole Spagnolo here, as always, for Wednesday's recommendals. Always fun to have you here. I hope you're doing well. How are you feeling? You doing good?
Doing good.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
Good. You kicked that cold's ass and sent it packing a couple weeks ago.
Sick.
Well, I thought you were sick a couple weeks ago, weren't you? Am I just smoking crack?
Just wait a
Bill
week.
was sick.
Just wait a week. I'm sure I'll be sick.
Somebody was sick, and I just don't remember who.
Maybe that's the excuse she gave to get out of. I'm
No.
kidding.
No, we're glad to have you here. We all are fans of watching stuff on streaming services, and so we have this segment where we recommend things based on that. We tell you where to get it, what it is, and if we liked it or not. The tradition is we start with Brian. So Brian, I have a clip here. Do you have any setup for your clip?
No. You know what? This one kind of speaks for itself. I will say that it's a series.
Okay.
And this is from the. I'll just say it's from a series. Let's just do that.
This is a series, everyone. Check it out.
I need your help with something important.
Oh, yeah? Why don't you drink your champagne?
Nice outfit.
I thought I would dress for the occasion.
Oh, what's the occasion?
I'm about to be in mourning.
Sorry to hear that.
You know I'm here to kill you.
Yes, it was my idea.
No.
I told you, I need your help. I needed to see you.
So you hired me to kill you?
Yes.
That is so
I
stupid.
recommended this one.
What if I hit you with a car? What if I shot you?
You wouldn't.
Not season 2.
Oh,
That's got to be Killing Eve, yeah?
it is.
That is Killing Eve. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you recommended season 1. I'm recommending season 2, which we just finished.
Oh, okay.
So
Because that's what
I've
we've
only seen
been
3
watching.
episodes of this show, but I loved every second of it, and I just haven't gotten back to it. I need to get back. I loved it.
Yeah, written by Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who we all love in Fleabag, or as the writer and star of Fleabag. This one, as Nicole has recommended before.
No,
couldn't
I
remember.
did. I didn't recommend it. I thought you recommended it.
Okay, that's right. I thought I did as well. So
Yeah.
yes, okay, I've recommended it before, and I'm recommending season 2 because we just finished watching it.
Okay.
We've only been watching stuff that we've seen other seasons of, so I had to pull a season 2. I had to pull a. Remember when I recommended this? I'm recommending it again, but now there's a whole new season to watch. Sandra Oh and Jodie Comer basically play. It's kind of a cat and mouse thing. Jodie Comer is a hit woman or hit person. You know, got to be
Hit person. I like it. Yeah.
Hit person named Villanelle, who is like this cold, ruthless killer, except when it comes to Sandra Oh's character Eve. And basically Eve is the only person that makes Villanelle have actual feelings. Oh, assassin, that's probably a better term.
There you go.
The show's great. Season 2 I think is even better than season 1, but you find this show on so many end of year lists as shows to check out, and
Right.
The fact that all the both main characters as well as a couple supporting characters have won Best Actor, Best Actress, and Supporting Actress awards speaks highly to how good this show really is.
Yeah.
So, Brian, I have to ask you: do you listen to 93.3 radio?
I don't. I used to. What are they? 93 KTCL. I used to listen
Yeah.
to KTCL all the time, but
So they do a clip on there, and the
Mhm.
woman goes, "It smells like meatballs." And the assassin's voice makes me think of.
oh,
"It smells
she, I would love to have like a whole bunch of her clips. And so, at some point during season 2, she goes, "Boring," and I want that just as a clip to.
It
for
makes me
Scott to use
wonder
on the
if
show.
that clip is from this show.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
It
Yeah,
smells like meatballs.
smells like meatballs. I bet it is.
She's just got such a perfect look for this. She's just got this
She
face
does,
that makes you
and,
want to like run away from her. It's so cool.
I crush on her real hard, Jodie Comer.
Mm.
big crusher going on there. Anyway, Killing Eve season 2. I guess it's British, so it's series 2, and you can find it on Hulu.
She was Rey's mother in The Rise of Skywalker, and the other.
She
one.
was
Yeah.
for one hot second, really. Basically, is what it was.
Yep. Not a very
So,
long thing, but
Apparently, I'm not the only one that's looking for something smells like meatballs, and it's a Russian accent.
Oh, really? You just
yes.
Googled it and did
I
you
just
find it?
Googled it. I didn't find it, but people are looking for the answer.
Fantastic.
Any
So
luck on finding the source of it?
No, I haven't found it yet. I'll let you know if I do.
Okay.
Um,
Is it maybe John Malkovich saying something smells like meatballs? Pay him his meatballs.
Get him his manny.
It's a woman, and it's a Russian accent, and I wish I could find it.
I
Could
don't
totally
know what
be
that
her.
is.
There's a scene in season 2 where Jodie Comer goes through about 5 or 6 different accents, one right after another, and she is just amazing at pulling these accents off. She's also going to be in that new Ryan Reynolds Free Guy movie.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
As another NPC.
She should have a great career. I think she's right where she ought to be. Oh my gosh, she's only a year older than my oldest daughter. That's crazy.
Yeah, she's young.
Weird. She plays older. She's got a mature face. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
And her acting is just, I don't know, something about her. She's a
Over
little
the
bit
top,
timeless. She could be like the next Kate Blanchett kind of person that just
Could be.
lives forever and you never know how old they are. That's kind of weird. All right, I'm going to play my clip. This is for a thing that is a movie, and it's streaming currently, and it freaked me the F out. That's all I'm going to say. Here it is. What?
Hereditary?
No, not that. I did that already. Did that one last time. Here it is. Check it out.
Welcome to Horga. It has been 90 years since our last great feast, and it will be 90 years before our next. And what poetry that it's now the hottest and brightest summer on record. We already have so much to give back. And so, without any further blethering, let's raise our glasses and let our 9-day feast commence. Skål! Skål!
All right. Guesses?
Is it Midsummer or whatever? Summer, I don't know what it is.
Some might accuse me of doing this, watching this movie, just so I could get Nicole to say it that way. But it is Midsummer.
Is that really what it is?
It's
Oh,
pronounced
that's awesome.
it's pronounced Midsummer, but it's spelled in the way that you would spell it over there, I guess, in Sweden. Midsummer.
Midsummer.
It's the same director as Hereditary, so it's a little bit of a cheat from me saying this has nothing to do with what Nicole was saying earlier, but this guy, Ari, what's his name? Ari Aster is his name.
Ari crap.
Ari Aster. He is, for my money, the dude to watch for horror movies. This is This guy knows how to freak me out real bad. He gets so under my skin with the way he directs and writes and does this stuff. This one's also written by him. And it is
He wrote this after a bad breakup.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Well, he really knows how to put it out there, because this this movie's got quite the breakup in it.
Yes.
Anyway, Florence Pugh, we've been talking about her a lot. She's awesome. She's in the new Black Widow movie and lots of other stuff. She's something very compelling about her. I think she is going to be a huge star if she's not already. I think she's amazing. She really got this roll down really well. Anyway, it's her and a bunch of unknowns. It's on Amazon Prime currently. So is Hereditary. They're both there, and I would recommend both movies to anybody who feels like horror movies are just cheap and lame now and don't really scare you, and they go for jump scares. This is one of the weirdest, creepiest under my skin movies I've ever seen, and so was Hereditary. In fact, I'm going to put them kind of in the same category because they have a lot of similar tonal elements. They use that very discordant sort of music-y thing. This is much of the horror story here, though, is told in the broad daylight, and some of it was filmed in Utah. Again, I don't know why he keeps filming stuff in Utah. I got to find out why he likes it here, but all of Hereditary was up in Park City. This thing has some stuff shot here and then some of it overseas, but it is really scary. And the basis of the story is this girl loses her family to some pretty horrific events and decides to go to Sweden with her boyfriend and his friends. They're all in college to go to this weird midsummer event.
It's like every 40 years or something like that? Or
every 90 it says, or something.
90 years.
Yeah, I think it's every 90. But that's what she says, but I don't know how they do the timing on that, because there's some plot holes if it's really 90. I don't know how they do it. But actually, it can't be, because I don't want to give anything away, but there's a reason why that can't be. I think maybe it might even be every year, but they tell people it's every 90. But the reason they tell people is because they're trying to fool them. Anyway, it is just the weirdest thing and the strangest things happen early on, and then they become really like psycho things, and then eventually this thing just turns into one of the most disturbing things since Hereditary, if I'm honest.
So the funny thing about these movies, I probably will never watch them, but I'm fascinated with them. So I've done like a ton of research from Wikipedia. I love watching the theory videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
That give like the deeper meaning to like
these movies have that, right? Like they have a lot of
dive deep in them.
Yeah, and the director and the writer, he likes to do things in these movies. Hereditary is the same way. He'll do some things in these movies. I won't get specific, but he'll leave it up in the air a little bit. You'll go, not exactly sure how that happened to that person, but now I really want to know. And then you go on just a rabbit hole dive, like Reddit pages that go on for miles about people's theories about this sort of stuff. So it's a little bit like, watching, I don't know, Lost or something, or Twin Peaks. It's like you find all this like lore, and that to me is the sign of a thing that really gets me. Like when I'm interested in going deeper and I want to learn more about it, even though it's all fictional.
He loves lore, satanic lore. Like he gets deep in those old books for reference in his
and
films.
It's very unsettling. Really unsettling. And again, I think it's a skill and a thing that doesn't exist much in Hollywood horror movies anymore these days. I think there's just something about it. And I can't say enough about Florence Pugh, for real. She's great, really great. And
she's going to be good in that Black Widow thing then.
She
hopefully.
will be. She's just she gives an incredible performance in that film and just blew my mind. Absolutely somebody to just keep your eye on forever, because I think she's got like this giant career ahead of her. And the fact that she's, going right from this into Black Widow is a big deal.
Into MCU stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
what brought my attention to this movie when it first came out, so people were kind of talking about it on Twitter, and then somebody posted, oh my God, there was a child in this movie, and you see the parent taking the little kid and running from the theater.
Oh,
and I'm like,
jeez. What are you
I see
doing?
you're saying a child in the theater. I see what you're saying.
Yes, there's a child in the theater. Somebody actually brought their little kid to this crazy movie.
What is wrong with people?
And apparently, because there's like there's a scene early on with like two of the elders like
commit suicide because they're old and they're time for them to die. Brian, you remember that TNG episode where David Ogden Stiers played a character that when their people turned 50,
once they
were
got to a certain age,
they just killed him. Think of that, but at 72 or whatever, and that's kind of what's happening here. And it's
awful.
My gosh, it is really hardcore.
And the kid didn't leave. So like they said he didn't leave after that. The parent didn't leave after that. Like there was like 4 or 5 scenes, horrible scenes.
Geez.
Yeah,
that
bad
they
parenting.
like
Bad
stuck
parenting.
through it
Yeah.
until and they were like, and they rushed out. Like you should have rushed out. Like
That's a
immediately.
horrendous thing to hear. That kid
poor
should not
kid
be
is gonna
there.
be scarred.
That's a bad parent. Bad parenting.
Yeah.
Wow.
They should get a star on their head that says, "I am a bad parent," and wear it.
But yeah, that's what made me go, all right, I'm curious now about these scenes. So that's when I kind of.
It's really something else, man. And there are just surprising, shocking moments. There are things you never see coming. Hereditary is the same. I would put these right up with each other, like neck and neck, in terms of the effect of what they were trying to do comes across in just a major way. Whatever he does next, I'm all on the hook for. There's just an artistry to the way he's doing this that's on the one hand freaking me out. I did this last night. I couldn't freaking sleep, you guys.
What did you do that for?
I was up till like 4 o'clock this morning because I couldn't sleep.
You're like the scene from Great Outdoors where the two little girls are just laying in bed looking.
It was so bad. It was so bad. It's my own fault, but I wanted to get something in before tomorrow because everything else I watched was kind of boring and documentary style. I'm like, I should watch something that I can actually talk about, and then here we are. So back to back. I guess my last one was that other one, and now this one.
Hereditary.
And again, I'm just saying, if you don't like horror movies, if you're for the Veronica Belmonts out there, don't go near this with a 1,000-foot pole because it's not normal horror, which is
Cheetah
just
wouldn't do
boom.
this one either.
It's psychological. It's meant to like
Oh yeah, really. I mean, that's the point of it.
Actually, Tina might like psychological. She does like the psychological as opposed to the gore. And
there's not a lot of
jump
gore,
scare
but
stuff.
when there is, it's a different kind of. I don't know how to explain it. It's just put it. It's like the it's like Resident Evil 7, or video games that don't just focus on combat. Oh,
I'm podcasting here, Mark.
Was that Mark? Who was that? Was that Mark? Okay. I missed it. I didn't see it. Anyway, I loved it, and I would recommend it to everyone except any kids. Don't take your kids.
No.
Right.
Jeez Louises. All right, Brian or Nicole, what do you got for us today?
So I'm going to recommend a lighthearted movie because we did watch this, but my time has been sucked up by a video game lately, and it's a game called Control.
Oh,
have you guys played
Control's
it?
awesome. Yeah.
Is it the one with Janet Jackson?
No. Control.
No.
So I didn't know what this game was. It was on sale. I downloaded it, and about halfway through it, why are you guys going in and out?
Sounds like
about
your wedding
halfway.
night.
So
Sorry,
you're
go ahead.
collecting all these things, and it's all supernatural, and it's very much kind of like what you're describing, Scott. Like I'm dreaming about this game now because I'm so in it.
That's a
and it's
very cool game. Yeah.
It's creepy and weird, and I love collecting all the classified folders. And then in one classified folder, it referenced Night Springs, and I said, "Oh, is this an Alan Wake game?"
Well, it's the same
And
people, but yeah.
it's the same people, and they have interweaved the worlds. And I found a whole bunch of classified folders. I was just looking everywhere, and Alan Wake was one of my favorite games of whatever year it came out. I don't even remember.
2010, 10 years ago.
Wow,
Yep.
because we were doing Final Score back then.
We were, yeah.
And that was my game of the year.
2010, yeah, that was your favorite game of the year. It scared me too much. I couldn't play it.
I loved it so much, but it was always like, why is this happening? I don't understand what's really going on. Like I understand the world that they've put me in, but why is it all happening? And Control for me is the reason why all of it's happening. And they tied the worlds together, and I'm loving that game so much. And I can't stop playing it. I can't stop thinking about it, and it's so many layers to it. And if you liked Alan Wake, I highly recommend Control because it can be hard at times. I mean, it's a hard game. Some of these boss fights it kind of reminds me of you remember the old show Friday the 13th where they had to go and collect the objects, the possessed objects. One of your missions is to subdue these objects. So I had been fighting a refrigerator, and that damn fight was hard.
Yeah.
But I finally subdued the refrigerator, and now I have to go subdue like a paper lantern, and like
That's what Brian and I are always trying to do. Brian and I are always trying to subdue the refrigerator.
Trying to subdue the refrigerator.
Yeah. Constant battle. Yeah, every day we're fighting that boss.
So I love this concept. Friday the 13th was one of my favorite shows because I just love the story that always went along with those objects.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like I'm playing that in this game, and I love it. So
yeah, Control is really cool. It's a very rad game. So you mentioned Alan Wake. My first taste of Remedy Entertainment, which is the company who makes it. The first thing I ever played of theirs was oh my gosh, why would I think of the name? Why can't I think of the name? Max Payne, yeah. And Max Payne, here's just a fun side note. Max Payne was originally called Dick Justice. That was a real
Really?
Yeah. They were going to call it Dick Justice, and then they changed it. Yeah.
One good choice.
Yeah. I think they went with a better choice, Max Payne.
I think that was a good
yeah. It would have been harder to take seriously, but in its day, that thing was insanely cool. What a rad game it was.
Yeah.
All right.
So that was
your game.
Honestly, that's my recommendal because it plays like a movie for me. Like the Alan Wake games played like a movie for me, but you got to go really deep into a story, so many layers. But if you're not into video games, I do have a movie for you to
Where
watch.
are you playing it, by the way? I'm just curious. What platform?
I'm playing it on PS4. It's on
Okay.
sale right now. You can pick it up for like $35.
Yeah, it's on sale on
you can also,
Epic as well, the PC
yeah,
store.
Humble Bundle has it on sale right now. It's so good.
Yeah, it's very, very good. I'm with you on this. Very good game. Okay, sorry. So what's your mini recommendal then?
My mini recommendal, I just put the clip in the.
All right.
There you go.
I can click a clip.
It's for the whole family.
Some entertainment for the whole family that is not Midsommar. So here it is.
And it's not Hereditary Midsummer. Yeah.
or Control, because that's not a kid's game.
That's true. All right, here we go. Playing now.
Excuse me, Rabbit Cat. Do any of you know Captain Snowball?
Yes, we do.
And here we go. Oh, good. My name is Daisy, and I really gotta talk to him. A poor, defenseless animal needs saving.
Are you saying?
Yes, I need Captain Snowball for a top secret rescue.
All right, well, I gotta go.
All right.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty obvious. It's,
Pretty obvious. I would say Secret Life 2. Yeah.
Secret Life of Pets 2. We enjoy the film. Dougie loves to watch this movie. I don't know what it is about, but he would just sit there and watch it with us, which is kind of crazy.
Wow.
We watched this New Year's Eve, I think it was, and we just had a lot of fun. So they replaced the voice of Louis C.K., who was originally the neurotic dog.
Right.
Now it's Patton Oswalt.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
That's good.
and he does. I love his voice. So
Who, Patton
it's
Oswalt?
a-
Yeah, he's always good.
Yeah, he's great.
Never a bad pick.
Yeah.
Is
So
the
you watch
first
this on
one good?
Netflix.
I've never seen the first one. Are this a decent series or what?
I mean, it's fine. I kind of like the second one better than the first.
Okay, I'm down with that.
So-
I just watched Zootopia again, and I love that movie. That was almost my recommendal. It's one of those Disney movies that transcends the fact that it's not Pixar, but is still super rad. Like better than it's not just a money. I don't want to call Frozen a money grab, but you know what I mean. Like it's not Disney Frozen, and on the
No,
farther
Toy Story 4 was a money grab.
Yeah, that's kind of a money grab. But this, I loved Zootopia, and so I'm down with talking animals, man. Bring them on.
Yeah.
But I just haven't seen The Secret Life of Pets. I feel like the first one got weird reviews, and so I wasn't super hot on it. But,
Harrison Ford voices I don't know what is it, German Shepherd? I don't know. I think he's a German Shepherd.
Okay.
They go to a farm and it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
I liked it.
They go
There's
to a
actually two
farm.
separate storylines going on. You heard Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah.
So she's back in the city and they're trying to rescue a tiger, a white tiger. And there's a whole story. So it's really kind of two separate stories branching off from the characters. So it's cute. I recommend it. Definitely a family film. It's streaming on Netflix. Throw it on there and there you go.
Okay, cool.
It's not horrible.
There's not some weird cult dancing around a fake tree in the middle of Sweden or anything. Okay, good.
Good thing.
Good thing.
No assassins. Yeah.
No assassins. That's the other thing that impressed me. Sorry, back to Florence Pugh for a second. She is English, and she hides her accent 100% and makes her sound like an American. Like there's zero question you're listening to an American person talk, but she's just that good. She hides her accent really well. She's also got that Russian accent in the trailer for Black Widow.
Black Widow, right? Yeah.
And that also sounds like super legit. So she's gonna go far, dude. You watch. Oh, is she Australian? That might be why. No, I thought she was. I thought she was British. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. I thought she was British. If I have that wrong, I probably had that wrong.
Well,
all right. Well,
she's something else.
She's definitely something else, Brian.
She's not American. She's something else.
She is. Hold on, I can tell you real quick here. She's. Oh yeah, no, she's from England, Oxfordshire, England, UK. Told ya.
Yeah. Sorry, Max Payne.
Yeah. Isn't she also in the Little Women? Yeah. You're going to see her in Little Women, Brian.
Yes, I'm going to see her this week in The Little Women.
She's one of the little tiny women in that movie.
She's the littlest of the women.
And she is kind of small, by the way. She is a shorty.
Oh, is she?
She's shorty. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, typecasting then.
There's scenes where she's walking around with everybody, and she's just like the little tiny one. Anyway.
So
they keep her in a jar.
Yeah.
So to go back to the whole something smells like meatballs.
Yeah.
I can't find. No one knows.
Really?
No one knows. The only reference I found was a Facebook post on 93.3's website or Facebook page, and everybody's like,
Somebody's asking the
"What
same
is
question."
that from?"
I think I found it. I found it. Wait, did I? Hold on. I'll play
I'm
it.
sure you didn't.
Here goes. I'll play it. Oh, whoops, I have the.
That.
Hold on.
Do you know what I realized? What? That Old Spice.
Yeah.
Smells like spicy noodles.
Okay, that's not it.
Nope.
Yeah,
Not
that's
it at all.
that sounds like it's from
It's a
Real
Russian-
Housewives of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Russian accent, and she goes, "Something smell like meatballs," or something like that.
It's gotta be here.
It's crazy. I tell you, and
All right.
nobody from the radio station is replying either.
Maybe it was from an IKEA commercial.
No, they play it on their lunch throwback.
I'm kidding. I know it's not from an IKEA commercial.
Everything in this building smells like meatballs. They'd say.
That's right. Exactly.
This weird couch you put together yourself
God.
smells like meatballs. All right. Well done, Nicole. Listen, here's the best part of today. She puts this stuff on her Twitter account over at Nicole
do.
Spag. Nicole Spag on Twitter, and then if you go there, you'll see these links to these actual things we talked about. Check them out for yourself and see truly if Secret Life of Pets 2 is a good family movie, or if Midsommar is scary as I say it is, or if Brian's movie, whose name I forgot, what was it?
Killing Eve.
Oh, Killing
Is it
Eve
that
TV
long?
show. Sorry, it was like 9 hours ago that we
It's
talked
okay.
about
I
this.
do it too. I'm like, what was Brian's?
It was great. So get all those things, eat them up. Oh, did you say where that was streaming? Hulu? Did you say?
Yes, Hulu for, and then yours is Amazon Prime. Right?
Correct. Yeah.
Mine's Netflix.
Yeah, we're all over the map today.
Yours is Netflix, except for the video game, which is not streaming.
That's true. Oh, and Secret
Well, you
Life.
can go to
Streaming on
YouTube.
Twitch.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah,
on-
streaming on
yeah,
Twitch.
Twitch and YouTube.
Somebody's playing for it.
Oh yeah, and Zootopia is
there
on
is a
Disney
speed
Plus.
run.
There's a what?
There's a speed run of Control. They did it in like 45 minutes.
Yeah, people are speedrunners are a special brand of human being. I don't know how they do it. I don't get it. When you can beat little Mario Brothers in like 2.5 minutes, what the hell are you even doing? What are you doing?
or Little Women, as you were.
Yeah,
about
when
to
you
say.
beat Little Women. Listen, if you beat a
2 hour
Little
movie,
Woman,
I beat it in half an hour.
yeah, I beat that movie. Speedrunner movie. Oh, that's hilarious. By the way, okay, no, I'm not telling you that. I'm saving it for my next one. I have another recommendal that I got to keep for next week. All right, hey, it's Nicole Spag, everybody. This is the same name on Twitter. Follow her there and check her out. Nicole, have a great week.
Bye.
See you next week. All right. Brian, we've done it. We've done it.
Yes, we have.
I feel pretty good about it. A reminder, we give it to you all the time. I'm going to do it again. The show is powered by you. Yeah, that's right, you. Patrons over at patreon.com/TMS. With your help, we're able to pay the bills. Without it, there's no show. So keep it
Bills
up.
Don't get paid, and we suffer. We all suffer.
That's right. Keep it up and also head over there and do it, because then you get to be part of our play dates, which we're going to do once a month. And we got one coming up on the 31st. So that's going to be rad. Again, that's patreon.com/TMS. You've heard me say it. Now just do it. Frogpants.com/TMS for everything else. That'll do it for us. Brian, do you have a song?
I do. This one, not a request. I'm just playing it because I really, really like it. I played it on last week's Coverville and earmarked it to say, when I've got an open day, I'm playing it on TMS. Last week's show was a birthday episode for Michael Stipe, lead singer of REM. We talked about that last week and his propensity for the letter R. One of those R's is Rockville, as in don't go back to. The Long Tall Texans do this amazing rockabilly version of the song. They included on their 2006 album Aces and Eights. Here is REM's Don't Go Back to Rockville by the Long Tall Texans.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Frog Pants Network. Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
It's chicken. It's fried chicken.
I love that kid so much.